Well, we're delighted to announce today that we've invested £500,000 in Immotion Group Limited, a London and a Manchester-based company. And what the company does is it has a studio in Manchester of 35 people that creates extremely high-end virtual reality experiences. And what they've done is they've put those experiences together with a motion platform called an egg, by the way, because it's basically a pod that you sit into where you can get your virtual reality experience and the pod delivers motion. So you feel like you're moving in the virtual reality experience. So the combination of these two things, incredibly high-end content, attuned to a motion platform, really creates this incredible feeling that you're in the virtual reality environment and really enhances the experience. In fact, the Immotion content and platform together is the best virtual reality experience you can have. So a great team, we're thrilled to invest in the company, and what the company is going to do with our investment is roll their motion pods and their content out across the UK. So you'll start to see these emerge in shopping malls, in arcades, and in cinemas across the UK over the next couple of months. And there's been a lot of analysts have looked at this, and also some media reporting, even as late as today, that said that actually the future of virtual reality over the next year and beyond is going to be arcade style VR, where you can actually sit into a pod and get a super high-end experience, because it's the best VR experience you can have. And we believe that Immotion is going to drive massive adoption of virtual reality at large, because it's a very large market for what they're delivering. And also we expect people to go into an Immotion motion pod or egg, have an incredible experience, come out of it and buy a VR headset and get into VR themselves. So we're really thrilled. In addition to the studio in Manchester, the company also has a smaller studio in Los Angeles that does live action shooting as well. So what we expect to see over the coming months from Immotion is not only kind of animated Pixar style content, but live action content with CGI in there as well. And that's going to create some really incredible experiences. So I give you a concrete example of that. We were at the UK Investor Show with Immotion in the Queen Elizabeth II Conference Centre here in London on Saturday, and Immotion were demonstrating an experience that they produced with David Attenborough, which was you're in an environment where you feed a dinosaur. And so what you're doing is David Attenborough narrates it and guides you as to how to pick up a bush and actually feed a very, very large dinosaur. And one of the things that you notice immediately about virtual reality as a result of that is the dinosaur really seems to be 50 feet above you. And that's one of these things that you can get in virtual reality that you can't get in any other medium. This sense of scale and size of things, and the fact that you're in the environment. So it was great to be with the team demonstrating that at the UK Investor Show. We had a lot of traffic because we also had some of the other companies that we've invested in over the last 12 months at the show as well, and doing virtual reality demos. And so our stand was packed full of people all day long. One of the other companies was Warducks, and Warducks is an augmented reality and virtual reality game studio based in Dublin. It's run by Nikki Lannon. Nikki herself is ex-Facebook, and part of what Nikki used to do at Facebook was help games companies scale using the Facebook platform. And so she decided to use those skills to set up her own games business, and the company's been doing fantastically well since we invested in them in the middle of last year. And what Nikki was demonstrating was the next generation, a second version, a second product in her roller coaster series, and it's called Roller Coaster Legends Thor's Hammer, and it's a roller coaster trip through old Norwegian mythology. The first version of this Roller Coaster Legends was about Greek mythology, and it came out over the holiday season, and was one of the top selling experiences and games on PlayStation VR over the holiday period. Number one in Latin America, I believe, and one of the top selling products worldwide. So we're really thrilled. It's a fantastic experience. We're really thrilled to be able to support Nikki, bring that to market, and look out for. Everybody should look out for that product in May. So fantastic to launch that. And then I guess the other company that was there with us at the UK Investor Show was VR Education Holdings Limited. And that company is a global leader in using virtual reality for education, both learning and development in corporate settings and also secondary and university education through virtual reality. And VR Education Holdings was the very first company we invested in 12 months ago, and we're thrilled that within 12 months we were able to help the company do an IPO on the London Stock Exchange on AIM and on the Dublin Stock Exchange, which is ESM. And a notable thing about that is that this is the ESM is very similar to AIM, albeit a smaller market, and this is the first Irish company to do an IPO, or first Irish software company, I should say, to do an IPO on the Irish Stock Exchange in almost 18 years. So we're thrilled to be able to support the company in doing that. And as a result of that, and also the great progress that the company's made, I only found out yesterday they've been nominated for Ernst & Young Entrepreneur of the Year Award in the emerging company category. So we want to congratulate Dave and Sandra Whelan, who are the founders of the company, in being nominated for that award, and wish them every success. And I'm sure they'll have a great opportunity to win it. The reason, by the way, we supported the company in IPO is, and the IPO was oversubscribed, so there was quite a lot of demand for this company on the market, is that the capital the company is raising through the IPO will help them scale the business and become a global VR education business. And as a result of that also, they've established an advisory board, and the company announced a week ago that Lauren Carpenter, one of the founders of Pixar, has joined the advisory board of the company. So we're thrilled that Lauren is bringing his experience to the board, and we're very confident that the team at VR, assisted by Lauren and the other members of the advisory board, is really going to scale across the world and democratize education and improve education, because the company's motto is learn by doing. And that's the power of virtual reality, that you actually experience what you're being educated on. And it's a very powerful way to be educated. The company's very first product was a signature education experience called Apollo 11 VR, where you get to sit in the Apollo 11 rocket blasting off to go to the moon in 1969. Historically accurate, using the real audio from the time from NASA, and accurate in every detail. That product is now being rolled out as part of a schools package across the US, and kids will have an opportunity to learn about the moon landing by experiencing it for themselves. It's such a powerful thing. And I guess the final thing to mention, of course, is that the company will be doing exactly the same thing with Titanic. They'll be releasing their educational experience around Titanic called Titanic VR over the next quarter, and we can't wait to see the work they're doing with that, where you'll get both to learn about the Titanic tragedy by being on the ship as it hits the iceberg, and understand what happened during the sinking, and then you'll get to dive the Titanic in a submersible as well. All of this is augmented with historically detailed information and links to a Titanic museum that's been set up online on the company's Engage platform. It's learning platform as well. So we're really thrilled with the progress of these companies. And for Sure Ventures, Immotion is our sixth investment, and we're thrilled to be able to invest in Immotion and announce that today. but we actually have a large number of companies that we're doing due diligence on at the moment in both virtual reality and also in the Internet of Things. So we expect to be able to announce further investments over the next 6 weeks.